And I think we can get started. It seems like a lot of people tuned in, so let's get started.
Hello, everyone. My name is Morten. I am the co-founder of Keywordio. I'm very happy to invite you all to this TikTok and Keywordio event. So this is a webinar. It's about taking your TikTok ads to the next level, and we're very excited to start. So let's start. Let me first introduce today's speakers. From the left, we have Cecilia, who is the Client Solution Manager for TikTok Nordics. Then we have in the middle Johan, and Johan works for Keywordio, and he works with some of our biggest clients on paid social. And on the right-hand side, you have me. I'm the co-founder of Keywordio, and we're 8 years old. So this is the agenda. Cecilia will start off with the 2023 TikTok trends. Then Johan will be handed over to, and he will talk about how to analyze your TikToks. Then he'll continue on how to do the creative best practices, because of course having best practices with video is super important. And then after that, he will talk about some of the best practices we have to start scaling your ad account. And then at the end, we'll finish off with a discussion. First, let me tell you a few words about Keywordio. Some of you may know it, some of you may not. We are a digital marketing agency. And you know, we're doing now an event with TikTok, but we are 8 years old, and back then there was no TikTok. That, let's say, just started a Facebook and an Instagram, which I will not say anymore on this webinar. But yeah, we do a paid search and we do paid social. And as I said, when we started, we only had really paid search to start with, and we were growing a lot of web shops. But then later on, branding and how to build your brand became super important. And for that, of course, you need creative content. And we've also dabbled into market automation and some data with GA4. Some of you who may know that quite soon you'll need to switch over to GA4. So we do web shops, or we do trainings in that. And yeah, we look forward to talking more to you. And yeah, we'll be in touch after this call. So why should you work with Keywordio on TikTok? As I said, we work a lot with paid search and paid social. And Johan actually came to me, I think it was quite some time ago, and he said, Morten, let's work with TikTok. And I was like, sure. And honestly, I also asked, what is TikTok? Because I did not know what it was. But now I do. And it is one of the key factors for our businesses to scale. So it's super important. And we are actually one of the leading TikTok ad agency in the Nordics, which we're very proud of. And then on the right-hand side, you'll see that it says profit. And then maybe some of you will be like, profit? I thought TikTok was branding. How is that performance and so forth? But we have actually seen for our clients that ever since we introduced TikTok, and yes, some of it was branding, the cost of sale has actually gone down for the whole business. So that is something that, of course, our clients are super happy about. And it's something that I wouldn't say we thought, okay, this is exactly what's going to happen, but it happened. So we're very happy about that. And yeah, 2023 is maybe more a profit-focused year. So TikTok is very key in your media mix. But let me hand it over to Cecilia, who will talk about why TikTok is such a wonderful company. Cecilia, it's yours.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. My name is Cecilia, and I'm a Client Solutions Manager from TikTok Nordics, from the e-commerce and retail team, and I focus mostly on performance advertisers. I'm here to talk about trends and insights that we see for the upcoming year. But before we jump into the future, let's go back in time. So a few years ago, TikTok content was heavily focused on dancing and lip syncing. The content was like a rebel action towards more polished platforms and providing a more accessible and non-polished tonality of the content, which consisted mainly of very short videos. But in 2020, the pandemic hit. People wanted or felt a need for a window to express themselves, to take part of entertainment and to participate. We moved into a bit more of an explorative content, a bigger variety of subjects, still focusing on music, of course, but also daily life. Maybe some of you have seen this video before. I assume at least some people have, because it's almost at 90 million video views and counting. So this was a creator that posted a video of himself going on his skateboard, drinking some cranberry juice, and just vibing to Fleetwood Mac. The amazing vibes of this creator led to three things. the video went viral. This almost 50-year-old song rose in popularity again and made it into top charts globally. And that specific brand of cranberry used, named Ocean Spray, sold out in stores. It really flew off the shelves. And TikTok started to prove itself as a platform that actually drove actions in people's daily life. In 2021, the content diverged even more. We saw a huge rise of educational content. Both the audience, but also the content on the platform matured. We started allowing and seeing a growth in the popularity of longer videos, allowing new topics to grow on the platform. Of course, we still had music and entertainment, but also short films, recipe, comedy, fashion, sports. If you think of a topic, I promise you that you can definitely find a community around it on TikTok. My favorites are communities and content around book talk, cook talk, fashion talk, crime talk. I can go on forever, but you get the picture. In 2022, this was the year when TikTok really became a cultural engine. We are now a platform that genuinely drives culture in and off platform. Maybe you've heard of the viral video about Negroni Spagliato that gave Lidl its busiest sales day ever, trying to meet the booming demand of Prosecco. Or that all feta cheese actually sold out in Finland after a feta cheese pasta recipe went viral on TikTok. You couldn't get your hands on feta cheese at all in Finland during this time. So we have created a platform that leans into niche communities, and subcultures have become mainstream. But everyone on TikTok can actually take active part in these conversations. This is what we call a culture of community. But the idea of communities and community culture is nothing new. Going into 2023, we've seen a change in mindset. From TikTok being a place you went to being served entertainment, we now see a more intentional mindset of the users. If you're traveling somewhere, you might go into TikTok to do research and find restaurants or hotels or activities to do. If you're thinking of buying a new skincare product, TikTok is the go-to place to find honest reviews. And TikTok is turned into a new kind of search engine. So users actually comes into the app with the intention of researching products, brands, places.
Yeah, I totally agree. Like I searched quite a few things, especially said like with cooking and those things, but also I play a golf quite a lot. So I try to fix my swing and shoot longer and more straight. And there are a lot of tips out there for basically any sports as well.
Definitely. A lot of educational content.
Yeah.
But looking into trends, we see that both brands and creators are tapping into what we call actionable entertainment. There's no need to be afraid when it comes to campaign ideas. Think big and also encourage the community to join in. This is an example from Tesco. They were looking for a new self-checkout voice. And where do you go if not to TikTok? So they created a video challenging the users to post a video of themselves doing their best impressions of the self-checkout voice. This was a huge success. It did not only generate a new voice for Tesco, but it also drove mass awareness and engagement with users tapping in and wanting to participate in the campaign. Making space for joy. So 90%, 9 out of 10 users say that they feel happy after spending time on TikTok. I think that's wonderful. You can take that into consideration when creating content for TikTok. And joy could be just anything, but I think that this is a great example from Apple. They tapped into this well with a new fun and nostalgic campaign that they did last year. The campaign was based on they created a TikTok filter with clear influences of a very old campaign that they actually did years ago. So they had this kind of a colorful vibe in their ads from their early and mid 2000s. They created a new filter on TikTok, invited creators to take part, used the filter in their videos where they were dancing with their new AirPods. This was a nice and TikTok native way of driving engagement, participation, and joy on the platform while actually promoting their brand and product.
Yeah, and I also seen some good examples from quite old brands that have reused old campaigns, because most of the audience, or they might want to find a new audience on TikTok that wasn't maybe born when that campaign was run, and just kind of remade it into more TikTok vibe. So it's really good.
No need to reinvent the wheel. But third and last, community-built ideas. Brands can definitely take part of ideas that originates from the community. So one example is Arc'teryx, an outdoor brand. Users started a trend. They posted videos on themselves showering in their waterproof Arc'teryx jackets. And of course, the brand decided to take part of the conversation and created their own version of this trend. This even spread to their competitors. So North Face jumped into the conversation and posted a comeback video of them doing the same trend, but of course, dressed in North Face instead. I think this really shows that TikTok is definitely about participation, both for brands and for creators. And this takes us into the new product updates that we have for 2023, from upper to mid to lower funnel. To be discovered on TikTok, top feed is our newest placement and the way to go. To maximize engagement, we're now offering an optimization called Focused View. And lastly, we know that we all want to drive action in the lower part of the funnel as well. And that's why we are launching our newest commercial feature called Video Shopping Ads. Let's start out with top feed. This is the 4th placement of TikTok. So this is the first ad that you see on the For You page. You can book this placement via reach and frequency in Ads Manager. And on this placement, you will be the first ad that user sees when they're scrolling through the For You page. And this is a great placement for brand awareness because you have the opportunity to actually be top of site, top of mind. You enter the site of the user. A bit too fast. No worries. You enter the site of the users when they are just starting their session on TikTok, making them more likely to actually engage and, of course, fully focus on your ad via the sound on experience. Focused View lets you optimize for and target users who are not only likely to watch your ad for at least 6 seconds, but they are also more likely to engage via sharing, commenting, liking, or following you. And this is a great strength for both upper, but also mid-funnel activities to get users to spend time with your brand and to get closer to your target audience. Last but not least, we have video shopping ads, also called VSA. This is under the objective product sales in Ads Manager, and this is our newest addition to the commercial offer. VSA can be used both for e-commerce, entertainment, gaming, apps, retail. It's a solution where you use your videos in combination with your catalog. And the greatest thing, in my opinion, is that VSA is automatic and intent-based. So let's say that you have a video shopping ad, and this specific ad is being shown to a user that has low intent to buy, meaning that we do not have any signals that this user is ready to make the purchase quite yet, but they're interested. They will see this specific ad. If they click on the ad, they will enter what we call an instant page, which is like a mini landing page inside of TikTok, where you can showcase a selection of your products. It could either be like bestsellers or a new collection or just whatever. You can pick and choose what you would like to promote. So this user with low intent, if they click on the ad, they will see a selection of products. If you show the same ad to a user that has high intent to buy, meaning that we have signals that this user is ready to make a purchase, they will see the exactly same ad, but when they click, they will enter into your website instead, where they can make that purchase right away. So VSA has stronger targeting features, some new fun, like creative features as well, and also the intent-based and automatic thing really makes VSA a great commerce product. This is an example from an e-commerce called Nordic Nest. They used a beautiful Christmas video in combination with a selection of seasonal products. Compared to their previous conversion campaigns that they had run on TikTok, they increased the ROAS by 25%, and they also lowered the CPA. If you want to get started with VSA, there's 3 things that you need to do. The first one is to set up tracking. Johan is going to talk a bit more about the tracking part. You need to set up your tracking, you need to sync your product catalog, and you may need to make sure that you have some creatives supporting the products that you would like to sell. And we cannot talk about lower funnel results without also recommending to run full funnel on TikTok. So if you run solely conversion campaigns, that's good. But if you combine those with upper funnel activity, that's better. If you run upper, mid, and lower funnel at the same time, that's when you actually have the best possible setup. This is a study that we have conducted on a lot of different ad accounts, showing the average conversion rate. So the first one to the left is the average conversion rates for accounts only running conversion campaigns. The one in the middle is when you run upper funnel and lower funnel at the same time. And the third one with the highest average conversion rate is when you run full funnel on TikTok. So we definitely see an increase in up to 2 to 3 times in the average conversion rate when you activate full funnel on the platform.
Yeah, and as Morten said before, we have tested this to quite a few of our clients and seen really good result that TikTok is also affecting other channels. So even though you might want to run a couple of different campaigns on TikTok, like reach, for example, or branding and video views, I've seen that increase the performance quite a lot as well. But in the big whole picture on the media mix, as Morten mentioned, it's decreasing the cost of sales quite a lot, which is really good for e-commerce and performance marketing companies.
Definitely, I agree. And that's it for me. Thank you so much for listening in. And if you have any questions, just reach out afterwards. And I'm handing over now to Johan.
Yeah, thank you, Cecilia. Great information about what's happening on TikTok this year. And let's jump into how to analyze your TikToks. And this is also a quite new feature that I think you weren't able to do that before. But this is an example of Houdini. So within the video insight, I think it's really good that you know what is converting and what actions people take through your videos. And you can also, like, based on the length of the videos, is this video too long, is too short, etc. So you can sort out the different types and find key points. So in this case, at keyframe 1, it was a kind of close up on a product. In this case, it was a girl in the pink jacket. The second one is kind of spiked the click-through rate. Was a winter landscape, and of course the ending frame also was a spike of the CTR. But you can sort out, like, if you opting for complete payment, you can sort that, or the different things. But I will actually jump into the tool and show you how it looked like for us. So we ran a little TikTok ad the other day, and just to see how it's performed. So I will show you in the platform how it actually looks like. So this is our video that we had. And you can sort it by, like, click-through rate, conversion, drop-off, CVR. So depending on what conversion you choose, or clicks if you start this campaign. And you can sort it out and kind of analyzing it also for, like, ages, devices, of what people are doing. And you compare it to other videos and also time frames. So this is a really, really good tool that we use quite a lot to improve the videos that we have. So based on the information that you gain from the insights, you can optimize, maybe create new videos, or maybe add new features to your video, like stickers or text overlays or different sounds, and test it. So I would highly recommend you use it when you create videos, because the more you know about how your videos are performing, the easier it will be to create them. Which takes us to the next part, which is creative best practices. So as you might know, TikTok is a leading destination for entertainment, where content is usually humanized, commerce, always sound on, and also joyful. And 1 in 3 people agree that TikTok is a leading entertainment platform. And as I mentioned earlier, like I really see a lot of, like, cooking TikToks, but also learning how to. So, like, for example, golf, testing new things, and a bunch of other things that's really learning of how you can improve yourself. I'm sure there are quite a few marketing tips out there as well, how to do better. And a little bit about the creative best practices. So we usually focus on at least 3 to 5 videos per ad group. So you can make a clear, like, test to see which one performs the best. Always do split test. And when I mean split test, you can maybe use the same video, but you can choose it between, for example, Spark or in-feed ad, or different sounds, different CTAs, text overlays, etc. The possibilities are endless. But then a quite common question that I get asked: how often do I need to refresh my content? Well, it's a quite tricky question. It's based on your company. But some content that I usually see as a pattern. So usually when the CTR or the CVR decrease by 50%, it's usually a pretty good sign that it's time to remove or like change the content. Or for example, when the cost per acquisition of your ads is increasing by the double, or basically your frequency is too high, because then it's like people have seen it too many times. So then it's time to refresh the content. So another way that's can be good for creative best practices. So as Cecilia mentioned earlier on the product sale, you can have the video gallery instant page. This is a quite new feature, and you can really make your instant page look more branded, on point, just for you. So for example, you upload a video here that is relevant to your ad, a little bit of text of it, and then a couple of TikTok videos that are relevant to the product it's per se. And when they click this one, they will take you to the website outside of TikTok where you can convert as well. So it's a great way to make the instant experience a lot better. And you can also retarget the people who open this, which is even more data for your own costs. But then a few examples of a few brands. So we will show a few examples from Arc'teryx, which is an e-commerce outdoor brand. Also Bose, which sells headphones. Fortnite, which is a massive video game. Also Candy Crush, which is a mobile game. And I think since these are quite different industries, I think the e-commerce companies can learn a lot from the gaming industries, because the gaming industry are really performance driven, and it's a lot of upsells and in-game upsells that you can learn from that might not be so applicable for the e-commerce. So let's have a look at a few examples because I think it's really good that you can learn from each other. So let's start with Fortnite. So this is actually a collaboration with esport star called Ninja. He's basically the Zlatan of Fortnite. He's massive, like he even that big that he got his own skin that people can download. So this is like more like a branding slash conversion of people to get hooked on Fortnite. So this is an example from Ninja.
Dude, what are the odds? Oh my god. Oh my god!
And the idea of this ad was to people to download Fortnite, which is a free game. But then people might ask, how do they make the money? They make the money from the in-game purchases. So this is one of them. So it's a sports star, I think, called Gianni Antetokounmpo. He will say how you pronounce his name. It's quite tricky. But this is basically, they want you to pay for a new skin of this person. So let's have a look at this ad, which is more for people who already have the app.
Giannis, where are you? Where do you go? Out there, Giannis!
Oh, I hate clouds.
Yo! You missed me, bro, huh? Of course I missed you. We're the only ones that can pronounce her last name. Antetokounmpo. 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 Antetokounmpo! They see this island. Antetokounmpo!
Yeah, as you can see, that was the main goal, to get people to download the skins, and I'm sure they are quite expensive as well. And I heard some fun stories that kids have the cards in there and they ask for their parents' card and buy a lot of skins. So yeah, be careful when you do that as well. But yeah, that's a good example from gaming. Let's jump into the e-commerce, so Arc'teryx. So this I would more categorize as a good feeling and get excited for going skiing vibe. So more like branding for Arc'teryx.
Let's get it. I bought my 16 passenger. This a G5, no, this not a Challenger. I get some members with me in the freaks.
And for the next part is more product focus. So when you've seen this ad or been to the website, it's a more close-up shot of the product, but in a kind of funny TikTok way. So they use humor for this video. I'm sure you might be able to buy that jacket, but I'm not sure if they have many sizes of that. But they probably have it in smaller sizes. And it's a different example from Arc'teryx when they kind of jumped on a trend. I think it was in December or something like that. But in this type of ad, it can be a great example to use the product shopping ad as Cecilia described earlier. So you can have the product they are using in this video as a scrolling below, like here at the bottom. So let's have a look.
Excuse me, bro. You're excused. And I'm not your bra.
So yes, using the trends to highlight your ads as well. And the next example is from Bose, and they can be more both like branding, but also conversion driven because they're kind of showing the product here.
Yesterday got 100,000 views. At this pace, I'm probably...
Please, I'm begging.
So using humor, but also using the product as a focus. And the last one is Candy Crush, which is a game I'm sure you all played. And this can be more to people who uses the app to play it more or test some new things. And yeah, they are not releasing any cheat sheets how to beat that level. I'm at 400, so I've already done that. No, just kidding. But and also for creating your own content, there are a lot of good free tools that can be quite quick to create your ads. So CapCut is one of them. I highly recommend it. It's also connected to TikTok. So if you see a trend you like, you can download it straight to CapCut and kind of jump on the trend there as well. Otherwise, it's Adobe program, and also GoPro have a couple of different video editing tools that you can use. And this is actually a video that we created. So the ad that I showed you some result of earlier, this is what we did. And I think we used Adobe in this case. And another way to find good trends and also inspiration for your content is to go to the Creative Center. You can find the top trending songs, hashtags, creators, also TikTok videos. So if you want to find good songs, I highly recommend you go here. And of course, the hashtags can be related to your business, and you can kind of search in that way and which country, etc. So I highly recommend you go here before you post anything organically, and also the songs to get better performance. And lastly, like, just make sure the important message is on the right place. I've seen a lot of people having the CTA and like some text overlays here at the bottom, and that's usually covered by your ad copies or the bottom. So please don't do that. Just make sure you have all the text and important logos here in the red zone. You will get this presentation afterwards, but just click this link and you can upload your creatives and test so it actually will fit and work to your ads and organic content. But when you have your creative on point and you have a couple of different videos that you want to start running or have done it for quite a bit, I think it's time to start scaling the ad account. So there are a few steps, as Cecilia mentioned. Step number one is to have a pixel on your website, because otherwise it'd be very difficult to track. It's also a bonus if you have the events API together to get even better performance. But just make sure you have one pixel per website, otherwise it kind of can be double tracking or the data will not be correct. So just one pixel per website, and also turn on advanced matching to get better or more data. And use full funnel approach. So when you install the pixel, you want to have like view page, complete payment, add to cart. So you have all the metrics that you can use for the full funnel approach on your pixel. And you kind of set that up in the installation part. And also you want to share value and currency with TikTok, because then you can use value-based optimization. You can also report on ROAS, which I'm sure a lot of you is a really important number. So highly recommend share value and currency with TikTok. And lastly, make sure the pixel is on all pages, all products, so you can track everything that's going on your website. So before we have two different types. So the top one is how you install the pixel before. This is not really relevant anymore. So the bottom part is how you create the pixel now. So you basically create the pixel, you install the pixel on your website, you basically copy paste the code. Then you create the events via Events Builder or a custom code. And then you enable the advanced features like advanced matching and parameters. So it's quite easy, depending on which website you have. It can take something from like 2 minutes up to a couple of weeks, but it's depending on your website. So if you need help with this, just let us know and we are more than happy to help. And also, as Cecilia mentioned, make sure your tracking is on point to the catalogs. And you can check this in the catalog manager, like check the event availability is at least over 90%, and that is sufficient. And just check so the pixel is your pixel and the pixel name, so it's correct. And then when it comes to when you had the tracking on point, I think it's time to set up the campaigns. And for you already run campaigns and have maybe done it for quite a while on Facebook. And I also seen quite a few people that have started with view content on TikTok and then worked the way so they have at least 50 events on complete purchases from TikTok a week. But I also seen that if you have all 4 on at the same time, this will improve your performance quite a lot. So of course you have one campaign to get people to view the products or the games, etc. But then you want people to add them to cart or like download the games, etc. So you have that as an extra layer on down the line. And when you have enough events there, at initial checkout and then complete purchases. Because if you get to the last part and you shut off the beginning tree, the top of funnel will kind of get more and more slim, and that kind of will relate that you will get less and less purchases in the end as well. So I highly recommend you use all of the steps of the funnel because this will improve your overall experience on the platform, and it can also improve the searches on other platforms as well. So this is a good example. Upper funnel, search, and the mid funnel is more like add to cart, and the lower funnel ads is more complete payment. So yeah, lower funnel can be like retargeting ad, for example, based on people who follow you or watch videos, been to your website, etc. So it's a quite good example. Or as I mentioned before with the Fortnite, people who already have the game installed, because you can upload the events on your audiences as well. Just make sure it's only the phone numbers. And then when it comes to budget, a lot of people asking, what budget do I need to see it as a performance platform? And of course, TikTok is a quite good platform when it comes to branding, and the budget is like maybe not this big when it comes to branding, and the cost per like CPM is a lot lower than the other platforms. But when it comes to performance, you need a little bit more spend. So I usually recommend minimum 3,000 kroner a day for a performance marketing campaign, and then kind of start building it out, because you need a lot of data for it to actually work. And we've seen some really good results of like ROAS above 10 when you're using this strategy for quite a few of our clients. And then when you set the budget and the targeting, let the fun begin. So it's time to test a lot of things. And I think you will never stop testing things. At least I don't. And I hope you don't either. But yeah, we help all of our clients test new things every week. So one thing that is good to test is automatic versus broad targeting. And this lets, basically one really good test to see which works the best. Another one might be general interest versus purchase intent. And the other one would be like in-feed ad versus Spark ads. And a little bit more explanation here. In-feed ads, like you upload the videos to TikTok in the ads manager, and it runs as an ad there. Spark ads on the other side, you kind of upload it to your organic account or a creator's account, and you kind of reuse that post as an ad. And we've seen really good results when it comes to the Spark type. And then, of course, testing product sale versus conversion ads. And as Cecilia mentioned earlier, we have also seen really good result on the product sale compared to the conversion. But again, it's based on all different customers. So some client might not work with conversion, and some will product sale work a little bit better. So you test it out, see what works for you, or we can do it for you. And then again, the optimization. Are you opting for highest value, minimum ROAS, conversions, etc.? So these are two good that you can test. I've seen better results in the highest value. I haven't really seen a really good result in the minimum ROAS yet, but every account are different, so I highly recommend you test it out. And yeah, that's basically everything for today. I think we have a few questions that we can have a look. And I see in the chat that maybe you can answer, Cecilia. What is a site called for creators that you can like browse creators or?
A site where you can browse creators.
Yes.
Okay. I would say that definitely like the easiest way to go is to use the app yourself, because when you use the app, you will find a lot of different creators that you can reach out to for your campaigns. Yeah. But if you would like to do something like on desktop, I would recommend going into Creative Center, the website that Johan showed before. You can just like search for TikTok Creative Center and you will find the website. On Creative Center, you can filter not only for like top hashtags, top songs, but you can also find top creators and trending creators. But going into the app, I would say that's the easiest way, and search for, it can be both hashtags or just like sentences. Let's say that you want to find a creator within gaming, search for esport or search for gamers Sweden, or hashtags that are in touch with your brand or your product. So yeah. The app or Creative Center.
Yeah, I totally agree. And we also tested a few products from TikTok where we actually team up with TikTok. And of course, you need to commit to a couple of things. But you guys have been very helpful finding creators, not influencers on TikTok, so it's creators that have been performing. So as the video with the girl in the pink was found in this way. But you need to commit to a couple of things before you can actually do that. But we've seen really good results with it. And another one is, do I need a TikTok account to run ads? I'm assuming you mean like organic account, and no, you don't. But it's, as I have seen, the performance is increasing if you do have one. But of course, you don't need one. You can, as long as you have the videos, you can just upload it, your logo, and have your company name there and run the ads from there. And a little bit from the how long time it does take to set up the pixel. As I mentioned earlier, if you have Shopify, it probably takes a couple of minutes. But if you have a custom build website, depending on your developers, it can take a couple of hours or weeks, depending on your developers. But if you need help with this, we can more than happy to help you set everything up.
I would just like to add one thing about the pixel. Also, you can use Google Tag Manager to set up our pixel. So as Johan said, it varies depending on what type of tracking you would like to have and your developers, etc. But it shouldn't be too complicated, since we do have a lot of like support features and guides, and you can use Google Tag Manager. So it should be easy.
Yeah, perfect. And I saw one little bit more from the same person about the site where you can find the inspiration. I will send it to you afterwards, and it's also in the presentation, so you can basically just click it and it will take you to that site. So I think that's a good way to end this. But again, thank you for everyone who came, and also thank you for Cecilia to tune in with us today and show like what's happening on TikTok in 2023. And again, if you have any questions afterwards, feel free to email me or Morten. And if it's any TikTok related, we can forward them to Cecilia and we can take it from there. And if you need any help with TikTok, we are more than happy to help you set up the ads, start scaling the account, see it as a real performance platform as well. Because I know a lot of you might see it as a testing phase, but we also started seeing it as matching out like Meta, for example, in performance.
Exactly. Don't do anything just by itself. So it really works when you do everything together.
Yeah, but perfect. But then, yeah, thank you everyone for tuning in.
Thank you.
And you will get the presentation afterwards. And if you have any question again, just feel free to contact us.